jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out that more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Yo, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know WCS is back in the building. What's good? Salute to everyone that's on deck. You know what it's about. Big shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing in the building. What it do, Blunts? Salute. Mike is in the building. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, is on deck in the building. What's good with it, bro? Stickin' Boys Fishing and Sports. What's good? Salute. And big shout out to everybody that's en route, you know. So first of all, I wanna try to address and talk about a dilemma that I'm in, right? Everybody's speaking about, not everybody, but a lot of individuals who frequent YouTube and consider themselves to be boxing media, right? They are really high up on saying that Jake Paul has done something phenomenal, even though, you know, he was able to put on a spectacle. But I just want to attack this from a psychological perspective. That's all I want to do, man. That's all I want to do. I don't want dummies from 2024 going into 2025 stupid. I just want to address and ask some questions to those who may be close by and listening in, right? So you're trying to tell me that Jake Paul fights Mike Tyson, and it does incredible numbers that they say, oh, 65 million. You get these numbers, and they're basically saying it was all Jake Paul, but he was in there with the guy who is considered to be a legend of the sport of boxing. Even at 58, the general public, especially when it comes to boxing, they just want to see something new. They want to see something new. A lot of these people wasn't back there when Mike was young and he was a tyrant inside those ropes. A lot of these people, they kid probably saw it on social media and said, hey, mommy, daddy, can I ask you a question? There's a fight going on in San Antonio. I really want to go check it out, man. All my friends been talking about it. Oh, for real, Terry? Johnny, what about you? Hey, Laura, come here. You want to go to the fight too? We all go as a family. Yes, mommy, daddy. I just can't wait to see Jake Paul. They don't know anything about no Mike Tyson, bro. They want to all get together and go on a family outing to see Jake Paul. They up there telling their friends, oh, we're going to see the fight. We're going to see the fight. Man, Jake Paul, I can't believe what he's doing. He's fighting some old guy. And I'm saying to myself, When these dudes come out with numbers, right? How can you say that is without the presence of Iron Mike Tyson, a fighter who a lot of the newer generation, you know what I'm saying, the current generation didn't grow up off of, but they know who Jake Paul is. You know, they definitely know who Jake Paul is. I mean, you ask them about the rest of the card, they probably couldn't tell you. All they know is Jake Paul is a boxer now. He's done put on some muscle thanks to no drug testing. And he's going in there fighting a guy that some people seems to be very interested in. I think they call him Mike, but he's an old guy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look like a Marvel comic a little bit. A bit thuggish on the thuggish side a little bit. Yeah, but Jake Paul is fighting him. I love Jake Paul. Yeah, I love him. But I just want to ask you all, how can people run the numbers like this and say that it's Jake Paul and not Mike Tyson? You know, you have to be clear when you are addressing these individuals and saying, hey, what fights have we had in the past where it's done solid numbers? And then you heard people credit one fighter, a fighter who has never did or came close to basically registering these numbers before against a different opponent. So we have to look at it psychologically and say, let's process this. We need to stop saying that someone who we want to be the favorite with a whole fight card now, they're the ones that's being credited with this, with the numbers. Do you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing people say that Jake Paul is the face of boxing. Now, I understand a lot of people love to masquerade around here in clown suits in broad daylight. I get it. Some people are pretty much used to it. When people call them a clown, they say, "Oh, okay, all right, you say so. Don't bother me none. I mean, okay." People want so bad to have a face of boxing. Now, I'm about to put you on some suits. Okay, I'm gonna make y'all wear these suits. Since you love clown suits, I'm gonna make you wear some shit, right? So, what is the criteria for the face of boxing? Just because you ignoramus individuals up here want to say anybody that's popular is the face of boxing? What is the criteria? What are the prerequisites for any fighter to become the face of boxing? Are you going to now compare Jake Paul to Canelo Alvarez? No, let's start with his box rec now. We got to stick to the basics. Just like the jab, we need to stick to the basics. Are you going to compare resume to resume? Are you going to compare their amateur pedigree? Are we just going to exclude all that out because, hey, this doesn't count for Jake Paul. This is different. This is different than yesterday. How and where do we seek the criteria to identify Jake Paul as being the face of a sport? How? Just because he's able to register some numbers off of Netflix. Now, granted, we don't have any other fighters which could, let's just say, go to 5. We can't find 4 other fights on Netflix that's a top ranked fighter, not the promotion, but a top ranked fighter, to say that we have comparison. We have numbers that we can use to juxtapose one another and in comparison to see, okay, how and what the numbers look like. Who were they fighting? You know what I'm saying? How many rounds? You're saying the face of boxing can fight a modified fight and do absolutely nothing with Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson in the ring, modified minute rounds and modified gloves, and you clowns on here talking about the face of boxing? You Barney the Clown looking dudes on here speaking about the face of. Why are y'all so eager to dress up the face of boxing. What's wrong with y'all? It's almost like you going on the strip looking for a prostitute. It's just like you're going to find a lot of cute faces. But is there anybody that you're going to have hanging out in your home? Like, what's the criteria for them to make it to the crib? What is the criteria for them to get that key? Who has the paperwork on how and what the face of boxing consists of? Because he was in there with Mike Tyson last time I checked. This fight was on Netflix. How many other fights can we compare to this so that we can speak on it with resources, references, information, data, intel? How can we compare these numbers? I mean, I would like to have seen other fights that's on Netflix with big names so we can see how this all works out. Man, y'all pitiful. Man, y'all clowns are pitiful. Y'all are so eager to have a face of boxing when it means in its totality nothing. It don't mean nothing. You all have abused that shit so much. Yet the face of boxing means absolutely nothing when it comes to the system of the sport. Every time I turn around, we're talking about the face of boxing. The face of boxing. And then it only lasts for good 2.5 weeks. And then it goes back to saying, well, you know, hey, who would you consider the face of boxing? Oh, Canelo. Viva la Mexico. Viva la Mexico. But I thought it was Jake Paul. No, man. This is just in the moment. Holiday spirit eggnog with a little bit of twist of yak and Parmesan. Man, that's a good drink. Damn. Put a little Crown in there too. Can somebody provide me with legitimate criteria so that we can name the faces of boxing with some substance, some evidence? We can formulate it all together. You know what I'm saying? With all the evidence to say this is what we're going off of. So you're trying to tell me within that evidence, within the chain of custody, right? You're going to tell me Jake Paul versus a 100 years old Mike Tyson, who aged in front of us 30 to 40 more years. You're going to tell me a modified rules match. A modified rules match is what you're going to base it off of just because they came out, Netflix came out, said it did 60 million, and y'all numbers at the gate. I mean, y'all are really defacing the sport of boxing. Because you all are up here, you know, these are cats that consider themselves to be hardcore fans, but yet they say casual type shit. I'm a hardcore boxing fan, though I'm acting like a pure, straight up casual. Not even that. They acting below a casual. They acting like a person that's just up here for views and clicks because they're willing to say and do anything now. That's why people get discouraged with covering boxing, because it's such a fucking clown show now that these individuals that come on here and say shit, they don't care how you feel. They don't care if it strays away from the real boxing language. You know what I'm saying? They just wanted to get out there and get people's reaction. At least Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, when they fought, they stuck to the 3 minutes per round and the glove size. At least they stuck to that. But to say that real boxers, if Jake Paul was considered a real boxer, you all would be holding him accountable. I'm talking about totally accountable for the dumpster juice resume that he has that people keeps sipping out of. If I see another one of you niggas pass that cup around like it's cold outside, and that's the goddamn that premium Hennessy, and y'all say, hey man, take a sip of that shit right there, dog. Take a sip of that. That shit warm your soul, dog. Y'all passing around dumpster juice from person to person because you're unwilling to hold Jake Paul accountable like you do the real fighters. The real fighters, they just jettison them and put them in the corner, y'all. Like what they did coming up to the ranks and where they at now, getting all these championships and shit. You even had the real fighters running over here just to get a paycheck. Shit I've been talking about for years on how the system of boxing is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? These real fighters are going over there kissing Jake Paul ass to get on the card. I seen you, Carissa. Carissa, you know Amanda over there making that cheddar and nothing better. She's making that cheddar cheese over there with Jake Paul. And now Carissa has nice things to say about Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? Because she want to make that Serrano money. She want to make that Katie Taylor money. And if you're talking about pluses, man, Jake Paul doing his thing. Okay, cool. You know, I saw Mack Truck over there. He was in sparring for Jake Paul. Shout out to Dakari Scott, you know, out of the A, man. He was able to get an opportunity to put some work in and be over there celebrating with Jake Paul. Good shit, bro. Good shit, man. Shout out to the ATL, you know, boxers like Dakari and them that had an opportunity to spar, you know, get some sparring in with Jake Paul. But I got to say what I got to say, yo. I definitely have to put it out there, man. This is senseless. You have the real fighters that's being overlooked for their skill and talent. And they're going over here to a person that doesn't even walk in the same criteria. All the mudslinging, all the crossfire. Jake Paul he's not even part of that. Why aren't these clowns grabbing Victor Conte and ask him about the drug test of freaking Jake Paul? How can y'all say the face of boxing and he's not even following the same guidelines? It's all about money with y'all. So if it's all about money, stop holding these real fighters accountable for shit. Stop worrying about the Ryan Garcia's Osterine. Shut the fuck up about it. Man, y'all sound like some real bitches and hoes in this shit, yo. Y'all running around here like it's jingle bells already. Skipping in front of Santa's sleigh like some hoe-ass reindeers. Always talking. Oh, you know, he did 60 million. No talks of no drug test. No talk of one of the weakest fights we've seen in a stadium that big. Nobody's talking about. No, hardly any punches. And Jake Paul he's admitting, y'all, that he just took it easy. How can you go in there and look, WCS is going to tell y'all again. I mentioned it over and over. It's called moving around. Moving around. They went in there and moved around. They do it in sparring all the time. Mike Tyson was good for a good 17 seconds. And then all that bobbing and weaving, you know what it was when Jim Gray talked to him. You know what it was. Mike, you bobbed and weaved for 17 seconds. Why did you all of a sudden abruptly stop? My back. Oh, we've been through this, Mike. Tell us about your back. My back. I start to feel my back. What do you mean? Spinal. I know a spinal. You said your back, but it felt like it was broken. Mike had 17 and a half seconds before that 73-year-old back started to goddamn poke him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, nigga, what the fuck you doing, man? You ain't got no younger. Shit, the weed don't go off. I'm hurting back this mother. What you doing all that goddamn side to side motion? Man, you know that video was sped up, right? Stop doing that shit, bro. You're going to be in a wheelchair. Slow your ass down, man. Just get the check. Mike slowed his ass down and Jake Paul did not do shit. And y'all up here gracefully praising this dude for doing absolutely nothing but because y'all want to talk about the Netflix numbers. Then leave the motherfuckers like Garcia alone about Osterring. Why do y'all make such a big point on Osterring when it don't fucking matter for Jake Paul? Y'all pick and choose who you want to raise your skirt to. Y'all pick and choose, man. Y'all up here slaving Jake Paul, slaving him with a V. He can do nothing wrong in your eyes. Oh, I want to walk on eggshells because it's Jake Paul. I want to make sure he did an awesome job. Even the real fighters looking at this shit like you. The real fighters get vilified for dropping the belts on the scales, being overweight, vilified, popping dirty on the test, vilified, yo, for not fighting enough. Shakur Stevenson goes now at Edwin De Los Santos. He's boring. He's this. What the fuck do we just watch, man? Y'all up here, oh, Shakur, he barely want to do this. We up here criticizing Jaron Ennis because he didn't go in there and knock out Karen. But he had more action than freaking Jake Paul did. And y'all up here not even criticizing, but yeah, we gave, even myself, I gave Jaron Ennis his criticism. But I got to be honest in my analogy when I'm telling you in comparison to, it's bullshit. Y'all sit here, oh man, Jaron Ennis ain't this. He did this with Karen. But yet y'all coming here quiet like a bitch, and two bitches in the goddamn high school behind the stage curtains in the gymnasium when you're supposed to be in class. Giving it up. Don't make no noise. Shh. I'm saying to myself, we criticizing Ennis about what he wasn't able to do to get the results. But then y'all over here praising a dude who had 2-minute rounds in there with his great grandpa, right? And had 33-ounce gloves. Now, let me take that back. That was 39.2 ounce. 39.2 ounce gloves in there. And y'all not saying nothing about how he barely threw punches, how he didn't do shit, move around with Mike. That's bullshit, yo. I got to hold y'all accountable. Y'all on some straight up ass. Y'all are ass when it comes to this content because y'all willing to sell yourselves out away from the truth and hold everybody else accountable. All the real fighters, they get ridiculed, denigrated in the media. But y'all come over here and y'all see 60 million and y'all say, oh man, they did the thing. He didn't do shit in the main event, but move around for freaking eight modified rounds. He didn't do shit, yo. One of the worst main events I've seen in a minute. We criticizing the Ennises. We criticizing the Stevensons. We criticizing the Haneys. We criticizing all of them for shit Jake Paul didn't do. And y'all want to say, oh, that's what he's supposed to do. He didn't need to hurt. But y'all talking about the numbers and y'all talking about this nigga is the face of boxing. I can't respect that shit. I can't respect that. Nuh-uh. No. I can't respect that bullshit right there. No. You can't put that on me now. Don't put that jacket on me. How can you feel good? I mean, look, I wouldn't want anyone in my chat to even think that I would agree to that bullshit. If you was to say some shit like that and you were serious about it, I would say, no, you can't be. You must be joking. I understand. It's that time of the week, man. You know what I'm saying? It's getting close to the holiday season. Some of you niggas sipping during the day. You know what I'm saying? You doing some liquor testing while you're driving home. I get it. You got company that's coming over this holiday. You want to make sure the little stash is good to go when you get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's all this is. But to go off a modified match against a guy who's damn near 100 years old next year, you're going to say you're okay with everything that went down this week. If you're okay with that, I don't want to hear you bitch ass motherfuckers come on here and talk about, oh, you don't know shit about boxing, because y'all don't know shit about integrity. Y'all don't know shit about integrity, bro. I'm not meaning to drop the obscenities, but this boxing talk, man, you have niggas coming in here just disrespecting people. You have cats coming on here just saying whatever they want to say and trying to make it stick like it's real boxing shit. Jake Paul's a real boxer. He got a license. He's doing nothing. Okay, so let's just say, yeah, that's one of the pieces of criteria we can compare him. He is a licensed boxer, right? But then when it comes to all the other areas of concern that we deal with real boxers, drug testing, rehydration clauses. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers complaining about that shit. Rehydration clauses. That's what they complain about. They complain about rehydration clauses, dirty test. But yet when it comes to Jake Paul, nobody's mentioned nothing about drug testing. People want to get Victor Conte to come over here and waste freaking 40 days and 40 nights trying to talk about freaking Avada and shit, but there ain't no drug testing in sight when it comes to Jake Paul. None in sight for Mike Tyson. But y'all want to say 60 million is all you need to hear to say he's the face of boxing. So you're trying to say a dirty fighter can be the face of boxing all because of the numbers? So the face of boxing don't mean shit. It's no different than a pair of dirty shoestrings. Depending on what shoe you lace up with them motherfuckers, ain't nobody gonna give a damn. Ain't nobody, because the shit's dirty all the way around. The whole motherfucking shoe is dirty. The strings, all that shit. So nobody's gonna give a damn. You put them on some nice clean ones and you put dirty laces in, they're gonna say, hey, something's different about that. I'm not feeling that. What you doing? Them laces are dirty as fuck, yo. Why would you take them out and put them shits in like that? People are trying to dress up motherfucking boxing. And they so eager to find the face of boxing because of fucking numbers. But they not willing to say, it's no way he can be the face of boxing because per the criteria that we base off, if any, we don't know about any drug testing. Modified rules. Tommy Fury was one of the real boxers that he went in there with. Young, let's put it that way, young, and he lost. Not too long ago, he lost. But y'all want to say, oh man, he's getting the money. So all y'all are is industry, corporate. You know what I'm saying? Invite me to the Diddy party type niggas to sell yourselves out. All you want to do is be a part of the circle. All y'all want to do is be a part of the circle. Nobody's going to be talking about Jake Paul 15, 20 years from now. Nobody's going to be talking about that shit. If they do bring up the Mike Tyson fight, they're going to say how horrible it was. News outlet up here saying, damn, this was a horrendous matchup. All these people paid this money thinking Mike Tyson was going to go in there without having a conversation with Jake Paul to make this money. Mike is a boxer. He knows what goes on in the sport. I try to tell people they're going to move around. I didn't even bet no money on that motherfucker. I was playing around. I actually thought Jake Paul was going to knock Mike Tyson out. If anything. And the way I thought the referee was going to save Mike. It was going to be a TKO. Well, I say, fuck it. I don't have a good feeling about this fight. Because they're not going to go up there and just destroy Mike Tyson. Jake Paul is not going to do that. So he went in there and act like he couldn't even connect jabs on Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson wasn't doing shit. And people getting mad because Bud said he looked like trash. Fuck you, man. Fuck y'all niggas, man. Y'all some fake ass clowns. You mad because somebody told what we actually saw? That's not saying the man himself is trash. That's saying he looked like trash in there. He's had his time. You're telling me 20 million wipes everything away like Windex, huh? That's all you need is to get somebody who has some financial backing to put a fight on in Netflix. And all they can do is talk about a fighter who lives way outside the common standards that we demand from real fighters. But he does his own thing. And y'all want to say he's the one in boxing. That's who. He has old fighters. We sit up here and criticize resumes. I've criticized the real fighters' resumes. I've criticized them. But yet y'all go over here and don't even worry about the fighter's resume. And y'all try to big up to my, hey man, he got Anderson Silva on there. He got Tyrone Woodley, Ben Askren. Come on, man. Who has an NBA slam dunk champion on their record? I'm talking about this is some real shit here. He beat Fury? Tyson? No, Tommy. He's still a Fury though. He has one of the worst, atrocious resumes. And they're talking about lining him up for a title fight. Let's see how many of them cowards are going to boost up what Beterbiev said. Beterbiev said, hey, I'm the undisputed champion. Come up here and fight me. If you want to fight a real one, I want to see Beterbiev move around just like Mike. I want to see if Beterbiev will sell out like that. I want to see them move around for 12 motherfucking rounds and none of them barely land any shots. I want to see the core. I want to see the residue of boxing and the fixed fights and the corruption. I want to see if he would even take the Beterbiev fight. He has the belts. Come on, man. Go take that Beterbiev fight. Show the world, man. Show the world all these people saying you the face. Let me go on to Terrence Crawford's situation. Terrence Crawford, if you don't know who he is, you know, he's the 3-time WBO champion, 2-time lineal champion, 2-time undisputed champion, and much more, multi-time world champion, right? He put out a tweet. And once again, you have individuals that's out here feeling some type of way. You know, the reason that they feeling some type of way is because, like I said, these people feel that they pick and choose. And if they have enough influence, you know, if you take a room full of individuals, right? Let's take away the sheep clothing, right? We're just talking about individuals, human beings who are gullible, non-leaders, that's just dare to be followers, to be a part of something. You know what I'm saying? They just dare to be, they're listeners, followers, and they just in the room. Now, if you think about this, how the narratives are being pushed out here on the YTC, and then you have the listeners, the followers, they just dare to soak it all in. And they really don't have any type of direction on where they want to go. They're just going to take the information that they just soaked in. They're going to go out here to somewhere else, and they're only going to speak off what they know. They're not going to try to do a little bit more in-depth research to see, is this legit? Is this truth to this? They're just going to say, oh, I heard this from my admirer, someone who I admire, someone who I've heard speak before, and I like the way they speak, so I'm going to run with this information. So they're praising Jake Paul, but now you have a room full of people that may dislike Terrence Crawford. And with that dislike, automatically the rebound is going to be, I don't have nothing good to say about Terrence Crawford. Say, I think I can do 90,000 at Memorial Stadium. I think I'm going to go and make history just to make some of y'all mad because y'all be hating. What's up? So this is a fighter, a pound for pound best, one of the greatest of this era, who is speaking in a sense that as a real fighter, that he can go in there and potentially sell out the Memorial Stadium. So There's conflict already from the same individuals, and it's not like these individuals can't have conflict, or they can't have freedom of speech. But all I'm saying, what is your reasoning behind it? You know what I'm saying? As if this particular person, Crawford, cannot pick an opponent to go into his hometown where he's a legend with an opponent and a solid undercard and sell out. See, what's going to happen is when you have the group of cowards, right? The clowns, they're going to all get together while they paint each other nails, right? And they're going to be tapping them big flappy shoes, and they're going to start talking and gossiping. And he can't do that 90,000. He can't do this. He can't do that. No. So they're going to come back, and the fight is not even made yet. They're going to start saying negative shit about how it would never happen, and that he's trying to clout chase Jake Paul. And I'm saying to myself, Jake Paul was in there with Mike Tyson. What if Crawford was in there with Mike Tyson? What if Crawford was in there with Mike Tyson? No. Let's back it up. Let's back it up, Shawty. What if Crawford went in there with Evander Holyfield? What if Crawford selected go in there Roberto Duran? Let's switch it up, Black Mexican. What about Chavez Sr.? Let's say Tommy Hearns. What about Sugar Ray Leonard? Do you think he can pack it out if Sugar Ray Leonard decided? Because I see him in there working the fuck out. Sugar Ray's still in great shape. What if Crawford picked Sugar Ray Leonard? Oh, man, I can see it now. All them Tampax motherfucking will be off the shelves quick because their vagina will be leaking, y'all. Will be leaking uncontrollably. If Crawford came in here and said he was fighting Sugar Ray Leonard and they put it up on a flyer, you know how they were saying that Crawford was old and his legs was going against Madrimov? Boy, you go in there and put him in there with Sugar Ray, they're going to act like Crawford was only 2 or 3 fights into the sport. And 2 out of those 3 fights, he was already undisputed twice. They wouldn't be saying that old shit then. They're going, oh, man, he's too young. He's too fast. He's too nimble. He's too nimble to go in there and face Sugar. You know he ain't supposed to be doing that. Oh, my God. Somebody stop this. Protest it. Somebody start a petition because Crawford want to fight Sugar Ray Leonard. Oh, my God. That's crazy. Isn't Sugar Ray eye still messed up? All those wars Sugar Ray had. Man, come on, man. Crawford know that's not what boxing needs. These motherfuckers, they will be, man, the Tampax and Cortex will be flying off the shelf, dog. They will be on these lives, breathing hard, goddamn going in on Crawford. Hey, I'll be right back. Cut that camera off. Motherfucker got to run to the bathroom, change that pad out. Put a fresh one in, come back, and they whole attitude change. Now, I know I was very hard on Crawford, right? For fighting Sugar Ray Leonard. But that ain't cool, man. You know what I'm saying? We have a different type of respect for Crawford because he's a real fighter. They'll start going through the timeline on everything Crawford did when they were supposed they didn't respect it, but they're highlighted now. You know, he did this, and this. He's on the pound for pound list. Come on, man. When Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, Jake Paul wasn't on the pound for pound list, dog. Mike Tyson wasn't on the pound for pound list. But Terrence Crawford's actively on the pound for pound, dog. That's fucked up. He's fighting Sugar Ray Leonard. Man, that's fucked up. I'm telling you. Say I'm lying. Say a mother effing lying, yo. They will be coming up with all this shit. Oh, he's just too fast. Now they will start going back to the Spence fight. You see what he did to Spence? Oh my God, what is he gonna do to Sugar Ray? Oh my God, man, this is unbelievable. I can't believe boxing is allowing this to happen. What you mean allowing it to happen? Him fighting Sugar Ray. It's just not a fight we need to see. That's dangerous for Sugar Ray. What about Tyson? He went 8 rounds. But see, they had 40.1 ounce gloves. This is way beyond calling it bullshit. Seriously. If Crawford knows that he can fight in his hometown and he wants to go up there and fight in the stadium, why do y'all continue to act like y'all racist, man? For real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all continue to act like y'all hate the shit out of this black man. Like y'all want to be on the next Django. A lot of you niggas want to really be the house nigga in that shit, bro. For real. So you can go out there when Crawford pull up on that horse and go, oh man, this black nigga on the horse. Somebody snatch him off the horse. You're going to get your ass beat. You might want to team up and do it. It's like Crawford can't come out with something that's not even far-fetched from the sport of boxing and the arena for which they compete in. But he's telling you, a person that has earned every stripe, that he's at the end of his career and he's trying to do what everybody else is doing. Don't get mad because he's doing it, because you really had no temperament for those who was out here doing it that's not even on the status of Terrence Crawford. They're not even on the status quo of Terrence Crawford, yo. But y'all getting fucking mad because he said he want to do it in Omaha. Why not do it in Omaha? With the right opponent and the right 3 fight on the undercard, has to be a minimum of 4 fights to put on a fight card. You know, just really get 3 heavy. I'm not saying the total, but get 3 heavy on the undercard. And he can do it. But his opponent has to draw him to the ring also. And look, no matter who it is, God damn it, y'all sitting up here praising the shit out of Jake Paul and he deserves a title shot type shit. Don't get up here and be mad when Bud Crawford goes up here and goddamn dig up Noah. I mean, they liable to goddamn get Noah and build an arc, a 2025 edition. You know, Bud like fishing. Bud might come through that bitch with Moby Dick hanging off the back of the ark. Don't get mad. Don't get mad when other people do it and y'all cool with it. All y'all doing. Oh, 6 is the favorite number, y'all. 6 is the favorite number. 6 is the favorite number, y'all. 6 is the favorite number. All I hear is 60 million, 65, 68, 69, 69.3, 65. Y'all up here sound like auctioneers. Every time you go live, you up here talking about these numbers, bro. Y'all up here talking about these numbers like dude wasn't way outside the normal rule setting of boxing. He fought in a modified match on Netflix and y'all trying to compare him to the real sport. So if it's that easy for Jake Paul to maneuver himself through the sport of boxing outside of the rule set that real fighters have to go off of in boxing, stop criticizing these real fighters that's out here fighting real opposition that fight full time as a professional boxer. Stop criticizing. Stop criticizing them like that. Stop acting like they're doing something wrong. Because they should say F you to your face. If y'all up here online trying to tell people that what Jake Paul is doing is special, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, he's putting up the numbers. So if it's really truly the numbers, right, and not the rules, then why don't y'all just continue to support the theatrics while it's in theater? Support what Paul has going on. Support the boxing entertainment feature where somebody can fight a 58-year-old man and be exalted like he's abiding by the same rules of these fighters. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, they fought within the rules. That wasn't a modified gloves. It was 2 minutes, maximum 10 rounds. They fought within the rule setting of boxing. But thanks to that good old Texas commission, woo, boy, when you come in there and your pockets are swole and you can get the approval for anything. Oh, it's Mike, 58 years old. Oh man, it's Iron Mike though, man. We only see him as when he first won the heavyweight championship, the youngest to do it. He ain't 58. Come on, man. We go all the way back. He was the youngest ever. He's still good for it. He's still good. But them Texas content creators over there, what's going on with that commission, man? I ain't seen none of y'all, talking to the commission, asking them how. And the Donald Duck with no bill, can Mike Tyson get approved at 58 years old and you don't think he's going to get killed? How in the daffy duck looking can 58-year-old Mike Tyson get approved to face a 27-year-old fighter with modified rules? How in the hell? So what they did was they opened up a new standard. They said, hey, fighters, you got a chance. Long as the fight's in Texas, you can fight well into your 40s and you good. Boy, you can go home and run and pick your kids up and throw them in the air and catch them and say, hey, we just did it. I don't have to retire at 36 when I'm getting my ass beat. I can retire at 46, even 56. All I got to do is fight in Texas. That's all. That's all. I'm good, yo. All I got to do is fight in Texas, period. I don't have to worry about a thing because I got them Texas commission, goddammit. Samad on deck. What's good? What's good with it, bro? Mr. International, Toby Bartlett on deck. What's good? Salute. Salute WCS and the hottest chat in the YTC. We're global, baby. We're global. Absolutely. Paludas on deck. Bud versus Canelo easy does 90K on a Friday at Husker Stadium. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. Like, if Canelo really wants the money and fighting Bud in his hometown, yeah, but these cats ain't speaking on it like that. They just talking about, acting like if, Bud did something that is impossible to achieve. He did something as in put it out there. He put out a suggestion. He put out something that's on his mind. He's been one of those guys who prove people wrong all the time. He said it ever since he was a kid. He said, hey, I always been proving myself. So for him to think that, okay, I can go out here and do 90,000 in Memorial Stadium with the right opponent, it can happen. Seriously, it can happen. In my opinion, it can happen. But I wanted to ask y'all something. What do the face of boxing look like to y'all? Is it this face right here? Is that the face of boxing? Because I kind of get a little on my downtime, like I'm trying to figure this all out. Like I said, it was on some neurological, psychological, psychiatrist, type of shit like that. Is that the face of boxing? I'm just trying to narrow it down with the biometrics and everything, being that we're in a tech era. You know what I'm saying? Is that person right there, could they be the face of boxing? Because I hear so many people talk about that. Is Crawford, every time they talk about him being the face of boxing, no, there's no way. There's no way he can be the face of boxing. Even if Crawford went over there and let's just say he had a Canelo or even Conor McGregor, will he be the face of boxing? Is she the face of boxing? I think that's a she. Are they the face of boxing? I'm just trying to narrow it down biometrically, to try to get the face compositions and everything lined up, the points, references and stuff like that. I want to get used to this AI. What about this guy right here? Because Sid, I kind of get the feeling that a lot of you, when you're talking that bullshit, this is how you look at yourself in the mirror. That for real. You're looking at yourself in the mirror. It looks like this because you're basically saying, I'm selling out. I'm going with the carnival show. I've sat up here year after year, criticize these real fighters for not putting out. But Jake Paul literally does way worse, 20, 30 times worse than Shakur ever could have did when y'all criticized him for Edwin De Los Santos. 30 times worse. But y'all are not criticizing him. Y'all are here talking about Netflix numbers. What about this guy right here? Is he the face of boxing? Do y'all know who this is? This is Terry Sawchuk, right? He used to be, I know a lot of you are saying, damn, he got fucked up, man. He should have just wore headgear when he was boxing. Well, Terry Sawchuk wasn't a boxer. He was a freaking hockey goalie who didn't wear a facial mask. You know what I'm saying? For a while. So when that puck came a screaming, he used to hit him dead in his freaking face. Now, his face actually looked worse than that. Okay? But this is just a photo that they did of Terry, of course. And can you imagine? But anyway, I'm just trying to find the face of boxing. I just wanted to find the face of boxing. That's all. I'm just trying to get the listeners to kind of dial it in so we can get closer to determining what the facial structure looked like, the jawline, the chin. You know what I'm saying? How does the cheekbone sit? What race are they? How much hair should they have? You know, because resumes don't mean shit. Resumes don't mean shit. You take the age of Jake Paul's resume, and he literally has the oldest fucking resume you can imagine of an active boxer. This dude has crazy fighters on there that's old as shit. And nobody's saying nothing about it. All they want to do is talk about Netflix. But Terrence Crawford, he says 90,000 in Memorial Stadium. Y'all act like, no, it can't be done. Y'all hating. You hating, bro. You're hating. You know how they used to say down here in the South, man, you selling out to the white man, huh? Ain't that what they say on the YTC? They always trying to, pick and choose who they want to say they're selling out in boxing. Terrence Crawford, he had top rank. He sold out to the white man. He on the plantation. What do y'all do with Jake Paul? What are y'all doing with Jake Paul? I mean, the last time Crawford fought Madrimov in LA, it was a while since y'all was talking about numbers. Because the fights wasn't happening just like, they was in Riyadh. But time Crawford came on here, y'all want to go back to your hating ass ways and dispute anything to give him success and put his numbers out there. Oh, the stadium went full and all that. But now y'all showing your real side of your JJ, both lips. You know what I'm saying? You're getting it up close and personal, and that's stanky. Salmon mixed with sardine juice. Y'all are up here selling out, being pussies about this, all because of Netflix numbers. This don't have nothing to do with real boxing no more. Because a fight like Crawford could say 90,000, y'all shut him down. There ain't no way he can do that. But yet Jake Paul goes in here, and y'all act like every seat in the freaking AT&T Stadium was sold out. Y'all act like it was standing room only in that bitch. And Jake Paul did nothing. Nothing. He literally moved around and act like he was going to do something. He fainted. And y'all up here worried and crying about Terrence Crawford not really engaging Madrimov. Who? Hey, Faint Master Marv, comparable to freaking Jake Paul? Man, please, he was blinking his eye. That shit Jake Paul was doing, come on, man. He was moving around and doing some simple ass shit. He didn't care about his fans. He didn't care about who was tuned in. He wasn't caring about shit, y'all. He didn't care what y'all thought. He said, I'm getting paid regardless. Y'all can be mad all you want. I don't give a damn. I'll move around this ring with Mike for 2 minutes. You're talking about 16 minutes? 16 minutes. And I'm getting paid 40 million or something like that. 40 million. And all y'all want to talk about is this dude doing something for boxing. But Terrence Crawford can't. And he has accolades that Jake Paul will never have. So stop talking about legacy. You all was on here crying and screaming about fucking legacy and fighters like Gervonta Tank Davis, who is fighting for money. So you allow yourself to goddamn be bitch ass motherfuckers and criticize Tank, but you sit up here praising Jake Paul for the money aspect of it, but you criticizing Tank Davis. You criticize Crawford for saying he can fight and put 90,000, but you don't say shit for Jake Paul. So stop talking about fucking legacy, yo. It's not about legacy. It's all about who you bitch ass niggas come out here and want to show favoritism to. Tank not going for the belts. Is Jake Paul? Jake Paul proving what Tank is doing to be true. Jake Paul ain't fighting for no belts, and he's still making millions. So therefore, why the fuck y'all criticizing these fighters who the real ones for making money? Y'all want to talk about how much Crawford made fighting Madrimov. But yet every time he wants to put something together and say, hey, I want to do this in my backyard again, y'all shut him down. You got niggas on here crying about legacy. But what Jake Paul is doing isn't legacy, yo. It's the same shit Tank. Tank is all about making money. See, I need to make up y'all fucking mind, man. This is pitiful. Y'all talk about legacy in one sense, but yet you over here screaming to the heavens, man, that Jake Paul did 60. No championship title on the line. It's a modified match. And nobody's talking about legacy when it comes to Jake Paul. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear shit else about no motherfucking legacy on who ain't going for belts and what champion should fight that champion. When y'all over here tap dancing and shit, playing hopscotch on glass. Oh, that hurt. Oh, but I'm going to do it for Jake. I'm doing it for you, Jake. My feet are bleeding. I'm going to do it for you. Y'all over here getting hydrated. Oh, Prime Paul. Prime Paul balls. They up here getting hydrated off that shit. The real boxers got to be held to a standard. Man, he's not trying to go for legacy. He's not trying to fight the champions. Well, Jake Paul go over here and fight on Netflix. And the co-main event was about legacy. But the main event wasn't about no motherfucking thing. And that's all they talking about. Even though shout out to Amanda Serrano, man, she's a warrior. You know what I'm saying? Katie Taylor is too. She's a warrior. Both of them are warrior. But I thought Amanda Serrano did enough to win. But that was for legacy. What happened in the main event, I don't see it for legacy. Nor will I tolerate you all that's up here criticizing real fighters for them not fighting other champions, but yet doing the exact same thing that Jake Paul is doing. Trying to schedule the biggest paydays. By all means necessary. Jake Paul didn't do the shit by himself. Mike Tyson was across the square. That's who graced the ring with him for that night. No championship. This is a guy who's fighting old ass over the hill fighters. That's not legacy, y'all. So you cannot criticize criticize these other fighters because you want to put on a different mask. Oh, let me dress him in this over here. I want to talk about legacy. I want to talk about the real fighting. I don't have enough time out here for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Parading around in the streets, squeezing my bike horn, running around here being goofy. I've had enough time. I enjoyed that shit. Now I got to get back to talk about legacy. No. I don't want to hear shit about no motherfucking legacy, though. Because boxing right now is all about opportunists. You have dudes coming over here from the industry, don't know shit about boxing, but they can pull on an interview. And these boxers up here just over here just pouring that, yeah, this is what I like. I just want somebody to talk to. You know, more so like a counselor, man. You know, I just want somebody from a different area that, you know, I can just keep it on hip hop. So you say it's straight about hip hop? Yeah, it's just about hip hop. That's all it is, about hip hop, not more. It ain't about boxing. No, man. You want to talk about boxing? You can talk about boxing, but this is straight about hip hop. Come on, bro. Man, they want to talk about legacy when it comes to certain fighters, and then to get to Jake Paul, they want to talk about motherfucking 60 million on Netflix. And they want to think that is the person that you want to basically put that declaration, that stamp of approval on, and people supposed to take y'all serious. Hey, you content creators, you're gonna look back at the years that you spent over here trying to be the best YouTuber, and you're really gonna have a nervous breakdown, because that's why I come on every now and then. I be over there with Mixed Martial Arts and BJJ. This shit right here, the content creators, it's too easily for them to be persuaded or influenced to speak about something that's foolish. You know, you get enough people to join in on a small conversation, and they too are willing to engage in a foolish topic about, is Jake Paul the motherfucking face of boxing? You know, what he's doing for boxing. That ain't legacy, though. So if y'all praising the shit out of Jake Paul, if it's like it was a Sunday, then you better go give that same freaking knock and say, hey, how you doing, Javante Tank Davis? Thank you. Thank you for everything you're doing. Crawford, we support you, Crawford. Go ahead and pack 90,000 in there. You can do it. Get the right opponent. We'll support you. No, they don't care about legacy. They just want to find somebody to like and dislike. That's all. Thumbs up, thumbs down. That's all these cats want to do. Thumbs up, thumbs down, y'all. That's what it is. Bud gonna stop Canelo in the building. What's good? Swat Jones on deck. What it do, man? I didn't watch the Tyson versus Jake fight. I just couldn't do it. But I did hear it was front page National Enquirer worthy. They didn't do nothing but move around, man. Just like a carousel, man. You know what I'm saying? When you were young and you hopped on that horse and you realized that motherfucker wasn't real. But when you was looking at it, they was going around in a circle and the bitch was moving up. And you say, damn, I want to ride a horse. You got on there and it was just a carousel. That's how they do it. It's just a carousel to go round and round. Same shit. That shows the state of affairs in boxing, because no one wants to have integrity. They want to just go with the weather. You know what I'm saying? They want to treat it like they're meteorologists, right? And they want to tell you about the different weather on how this and how that's going to be. If it's going to be rain, or it's going to be sunshine, you know what I'm saying? Breezy or humid, whatever the case. They don't want to stick to what they supposedly was hardcore boxing fans. You know, just saying, okay, Crawford, you know, what he's accomplished legacy-wise. What he's accomplished legacy, he can possibly find the right opponent and do 90,000 in the arena. Yeah, legacy. Tank, he's been a world champion several times. He wants the big money fights. But Jake Paul wants the big money fights. But when it's Tank, he ain't all about legacy. When it's Crawford, oh, well, it's about legacy, but he can't sell tickets. So since we believe he can't sell tickets, We want to shut down anything he has to say about legacy. And on top of that, if he's planning on doing something big, it's okay for Jake Paul to do something big with no legacy. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to leave it at that. It's okay for Jake Paul to basically go out here and do shit that don't have nothing to do with legacy. But y'all trying to treat him like he's actually a part of boxing because he's co-owner of MVP Promotions. Y'all want to stroke his nutsack, and goddamn make him feel like he's wanted in the sport of boxing. But all these other fighters, y'all criticize the shit out of when they go in there and have real performances, and y'all don't have shit to say about them. Nothing positive, bro. Nothing positive at all. Real talk. Shout out to Trick Noty, the Oracle in the building. What's good? What's good? What a horrible fight and embarrassing to the sport. This was a scripted fiasco, a circus at best. Mike's check engine light came on when they touched gloves. Ugh. I don't want to ever see this clown again. He says check engine light came on when he let up the garage door to go into the first round, yo. Ding. Ding. You know how that bell go off in your house? In your car, rather? When that goddamn engine light, you know, bing. And you say, oh, what's wrong? And then you see that amber freaking error. Man. Mike Tyson had to make it to the final round. And Jake Paul danced with him the entire freaking fight. Scripted, just like Trick said. Scripted than a motherfucker. Scripted than a motherfucker, boy. And these cats want to go back to regular scheduled program and talk about legacy. I don't want to hear shit else about no motherfucking legacy. If y'all are up here catering to Jake Paul's freaking debacle, that 8-round modified carnival show, and y'all want to put him in the talks as being in boxing just because he's making some money, you should ask yourself, well, how can we come up with a plan so that more fighters can benefit from the same format for which Jake Paul is doing? Y'all up here all enamored with Jake Paul, you know, putting on this show and not even within the guidelines of your criticism to scrutinize real fighters. You don't give a fuck about it. Real fighters is catching whiplash from the way y'all snatch them around with criticism. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, and they never can do any numbers because y'all don't want them to do no numbers. Y'all don't want them to do any numbers, man. Y'all got something negative to say every time they step in the ring because they're not your favorite fighter. That's crazy. Yeah, right. Crawford versus Emmanuel Lewis. Hey, man. They're going to say height requirements is needed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I told them, hey, Trick, I told them earlier, Sugar Ray Leonard. They're going to be like, oh, man, what you accomplished in the sport, man, it's fucked up. You're a pound-for-pound fighter. Oh, now you want to recognize him as a pound-for-pound fighter. I got it. If that was on pay-per-view, he wouldn't have cracked 250. Hey, man, you up here putting that info out there, man. You're going to get with them new Jake Paul freaking cheerleaders now. They're going to be outside your window. They're going to be outside your window looking for little goddamn rocks to throw off your window. Come out here. We're advocating for Jake Paul. Come outside now. They'll be up there with goddamn cell phone lights on and shit, threatening you. You know what I'm saying? Come out here. How do you know when it did 250? He's the best. He's the face of boxing. Come on, bro. One thing I know about a circus, it always has opening for more clowns. I swear. it always have positions available for more clowns. They need some motherfuckers to run around in the audience and be goofy. And that's what we see on the YTC. They holding real fighters with Olympic pedigrees and shit. They holding them to a tight standard. But everybody else, they don't talk that shit when it comes to Jake Paul. They talking about he making money. He's not making the sport money. How can you say he's good for the sport just because he's making a certain amount of fighters some money? The amount of fighters that's on Jake Paul's card is not even 2% of boxing. He's having the same fighters on his cards because that's who signed. Shadasia Green is signed to him. Amanda Serrano is signed to him. I mean, come on, bro. Man, come on, bro. You don't hear nobody really criticizing the fighters over there on his cards. Like this man literally was in there. Hold up. Let me show you something. Let me share this right quick. Look, this is Jake Paul record. 11-1 and 7 knockouts. Right? I'm gonna show you some cap already because I've seen Jake Paul in person when he came down here to Atlanta to fight. Dude ain't 6'1". Anyway, let's go back. We know about Ali Gibb, content creator, knocked him out in 1 round. Oh man, anybody into the NBA? Nate Robinson flatline. And I said the same thing back in the pandemic. I say, man, it's pitiful the way these guys up here boosting up Jake Paul for flatlining Nate Robinson. A dude that was 3'7.5" with goddamn Popeye calves. Right? Ben Askren coming off hip surgery. Not the fighter he used to be. Coming off hip surgery now. And one of the most devastating knockouts in 5 seconds that you will ever see in mixed martial arts. Retired. Tyron Woodley, no longer in the game. Defending his welterweight strap 4 times. How many debuts is that in a row? 4 straight debuts. You look at your one of your real fighters, even they don't have 4 debuts. Most of them that's got a name on their record. 4 debuts now. That's not all. Tyron Woodley gets knocked out in when I said a fixed fight. I don't care what nobody say. Even Anderson Silva taking a knee. He took a knee just to give separation and make it definitive. Come on. I was so disappointed in Anderson Silva. I mean, I guess he got wrapped up in his own web, huh? I guess he tripped over his own web. Oh, shit. I forgot that I left the web on my ankles. Tommy Fury gives his first loss from the Fury family. Split decision loss. Nate Diaz, one of the most inactive debut. That's 5 debuts now. 5 debuts. Andre August. Come on, bro. This guy did absolutely nothing but stroll around laid on the canvas as if he never thrown a punch a day in his life or been hit a day in his life. Michael Perry, former UFC fighter. Stop him in 6 rounds. Come on, bro. And then, of course, Mike Tyson. He went the distance. And this is the face of boxing. This is y'all face of boxing right here. This is the guy. This is the guy y'all want to parade around YTC and boost up and oil them up with that Diddy oil. This what you talking about right there? Y'all walking around here goddamn oiling yourselves up. Y'all up here getting freaky on yourselves. 11-1, 7 knockouts. And look, he got 5 debuts. And within those 5 debuts, 4 of them, I believe, I would say 3 of them are knockouts. But that's what they parading around here, y'all. They're running through the hallways, y'all. 27 years of age. Take a real fighter, and they'll look at his resume and wouldn't even give this the time of day. They'll say, oh, trash. Oh, man, this garbage right here. Ain't fought nobody. But just because Netflix coming out with 60, 65 million, they want to say, oh, man, this is the best that we ever seen to date. This is the best. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, man. Jessica, the boxing queen in the building. How you feeling? Boxing once took a back seat to the UFC when they put Ronda Rousey on the Ring magazine cover. They're about to do it again because Jake Paul will be the next cover. Mark my words. Hey, if Jake Paul, right, is on the ring, and that's how boxing tends to suit, wear that suit. Is that how they want to dress it up? Then people should continue not to support the sport and take it serious anymore. Because WCS has been on record several times as saying, when it comes to the tree of life for boxing, there's so many branches where anybody can eat the fruit. It's nobody monitoring that. There's no controlling authority on who gets to eat from the tree. It's no freaking strict security. None of that shit. Anybody and everybody can do that shit. And then speaking on what Trick said about Ronda Rousey, one of the worst boxers of MMA women's history. One of the worst. Holly Holmes dusted her ass off. A multi-time boxing champion gave Ronda Rousey her first loss. Dusted her. All she had was judo, and they put her on the Ring magazine. And she's up here talking about she'll beat Floyd Mayweather with one hand tied behind her back. Floyd would have went to goddamn El Salvadorian prison after he put the beat down on Ronda Rousey. They would have sent him out of this country to serve his time. The worst. Jay, what's good? Okay, so we have someone to say, I hope Jake Paul fight Artur Beterbiev. Okay. So the only thing I can say about that, hope a very short word that extends so far away. You know what I'm saying? It stretches because, depending on how you inject hope, you inject hope with just procrastination, or you inject hope with actions on how to get to that. You're hoping that he make a decision. How are we going to help him get there? Because nobody's talking about it. See, they want to coddle and embrace Jake Paul and rub his hair. You know what I'm saying? Comb his beard and shit. Ask him how did he get that Jay Leno special chin. They don't want to talk about him fighting Artur Beterbiev because that's a tough fight that we know he'll get his ass beat. They know he'll get ass, but they're hoping that if Beterbiev get paid enough, he can take his first loss. And then he will have a real fighter on this record in Artur Beterbiev. Now, these same naysayers that I'm criticizing, they will have something to talk about. They will actually come on here and say, hey, he beat Beterbiev for undisputed champion. Wow, he's for real. No, he's not for real. It's fighters that need a paycheck. That's all that is. Fighters who need a paycheck. Shout out to Blue Hustle in the building. What's good with it? What's good? I see you. Damn, I didn't know Jake had that many fights. The only one I seen was him versus Nate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nate Robinson up there running up to Jake Paul like he about to dunk. and he gets slammed. He the one gets slammed. Didn't know shit about boxing. Literally. He didn't know nothing about boxing. He thought it was gonna be a freaking old school center that goddamn punch Jake first, and then he was gonna goddamn come through and dunk on him. He was literally like he was running through the paint, and Jake Paul knocked that dude flatlining, all for a check. And nobody don't talk about Nate Robinson being on Jake Paul's resume, but I will. The 5 out of 11 fights, 5 of those are debut. The other 6 are over the hill fighters or undeveloped fighters like Tommy Fury, who he has on his record. And then Mike Tyson, old. Antiquated fighter past his prime. Seriously, past his prime. Jay won't even beat Popeye Rivera. Man, shout out to Popeye. You know Popeye? Tell him I said what's up. I'm one of the only content creators really that got an interview before Popeye really got big. Shout out to Popeye, man. See, I was covering him on his regional card in South Carolina. Yeah. I got the video out there. Shout out to Popeye, man. I haven't seen him in a minute, but shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Definitely know who you're talking about. But he's not that big of a name. And plus, it's going to take more than Popeye ring walk and him dressed up the way he, a lot of people in this chat, they don't know who you're talking about, that Palus. Yeah, they don't know who you're talking about. But, his ring walk and everything, these youngins wouldn't even know what it's about. They don't know nothing about that. What is that dude? He's in the Navy? He has his own boat. What is that? I don't know what this is about. What that outfit? What? He's a part of the fishing crew, the Deadly Catch. That's all I'm saying. Like they wouldn't know who Popeye Rivera is, but hopefully all is well his way, yo. But yeah, Terrence, go out there and pick anybody that you think that'll bring that attraction to the freaking Omaha, because they rock with Terrence over there. They rock with it. He can pack that shit out. It's time. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody of worthiness that you know what I'm saying, that you can do it. Yeah, Canelo would be great. It'll be people in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? It'll be people in the parking lot to watch this fight. A real legacy fight now. But you'll have these haters on the YTC talking about, oh, they'll start showing videos before, on the undercard on how empty the stadium is. I told y'all he couldn't sell it out. But dude, you putting up a video and it's only 6:45 p.m. But still, man, it's supposed to be packed in a real fight. If it was Jake Paul, it'll be packed. No, stop lying. Go out there and get Sugar Ray Leonard there, Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about what the fuck they talking about. Do you, bro? For real, do you? But y'all hold it down, man. It's always a pleasure. I did my hour and a half. Man, continue to hold these fools accountable. You know what I'm saying? Support these fighters. I was going to get into the Brian Norman and Jerron Ennis situation, but I'll say that for another live. You know what I'm saying? Because, the trash talking is picked up from Team Norman. And all I want to see is, hopefully the fight happen. But, yeah, Crawford, go up there and pack the house and do that 90,000. You know what I'm saying? The supporters continue to support. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, man. Y'all hold it down and hit the button on your way out. I appreciate you. I'm out.